Hello again, Steve here with a few words down by the river here, Diefenbaker Park, Saskatoon, one of my favorite hangouts, especially when it's a little bit warmer. By this South Saskatchewan River, you can see a little bit of the river open, primarily because of the big heat exchangers, I think, at the power generation plant there. So some of the water stays open for a little bit, even though it's extremely cold. Today's not too bad. It's probably about minus 20 air temperature right now. We'll get a lot colder once the sun drops down, though. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a topic that came to mind a couple of days ago about how giving sometimes can be kind of destructive and other times very beneficial. Talked a while about, in fact, I had a little bit of an argument one time about how forgiving and forgetting, in my conception, had to go a little bit hand in hand, for the simple reason that if you drop off the for part, you have giving and getting. And to get something, to get something really meaningful, I don't mean going out and stealing something, but getting something substantial, getting something like peace of mind, happiness, qualities of life, quality of improving the life our lives, right? Then there has to be an element of giving in there. Like, there's got to be an input, at least as far as the quality that we have control over is concerned, right? I'm just guessing. So I'm going to put forth the idea that in order to get, we got to give our part, right? Now, I think we understand this. Pretty much everybody understands this on a very fundamental level, and therefore there is an inherent goodness within us that wants to be giving. And this can be very exploited by those who are exploiters, and this is extremely common. And of course, the whole welfare state as we know it is basically built on that. It's built on this concept that you want to help the children, don't you? You want to help the disadvantaged, don't you? But there's not a lot of, let's actually discuss what that means. And let's actually discuss what your definition of helping is. So I'm going to make the point that in order for us to get beneficial getting, we must involve ourselves in, it would make sense that anyways, that we must involve ourselves in beneficial giving. And to me, so much of giving, based on the whole social contract and the welfare mentality, is destructive giving to the extent that it is enabling bad behavior and not being honest with people. And also it's a little bit lazy in a way to say that, well, I did my part, I paid my taxes. Well, not really, because if you didn't pay the taxes, there'd be somebody coming after you eventually with legal threats and eventually guns and prison threats and all those sorts of things. So that's not really the reason people do it. It's for other reasons. But it's a feel-good thing to say, well, I did my part. But did we really? What is that used for? What kind of welfare? Is it people? Is it being given out in a way that is helpful? We don't know. That's the thing, is it goes into a big slush fund, right? But that's a little bit of an aside. That's often where I go, right, in my discussion, because I'm very passionate about that. But I guess what the idea I really wanted to put out today is that how tied are getting in terms of our situation in life, how we're experiencing life, is related to what we give to our lives. And when I mean our lives, the whole of it, our environment, the people around us, our own education, our own discipline, our own attentiveness to what's important. All of that is giving, right? It's all our input. It's, there's the old saying, garbage in, garbage out. And in computer lingo. Well, if we're putting in the constructive giving, then there's got to be an element of constructive or building up, getting, coming out the other end. Where we talked about investing a while ago. Investing versus gambling, whereas investing is we take the responsibility of vesting ourselves. We're going to take responsibility. We're going to be responsive to our actions. We're going to wear them. And that's really giving, I would say. That's giving. That's having an argument, a conclusion that makes sense in terms of this is what I'm giving, but I can explain what's going on, and I have a rationale as to why I'm doing it. And there's also the feedback. If what I'm doing isn't working, what I'm giving is not getting, then it is, to that extent, it is destructive or it's ineffective. Well, then we can change what we're doing, what we're giving to life, what we're giving to our efforts, and calibrate that by what we're getting and what return we're getting. It's like in investments. If we keep on putting money in, and it's all just being pissed away, flushed away somehow, then what we're giving is not resulting in getting. And therefore it is destructive giving in a way. So I'm going to say that there's not always giving equaling getting. It's effective, because a lot of times giving just, it's just like, the old say, my dad used to say, fart into the breeze. It's completely ineffective. It's just going. It's gone. Whereas directed and calibrated giving certainly can result in getting. What do you think? Just some ideas that I wanted to share. And I just had a few moments here. I had the day off actually for the first time in a little while. Wanted to share a few words, and I'm going to share this wonderful serene whiteness here again, and very calm environment. The trees are completely calm. I wish I had shot some film in the morning. All these trees were just glistening with hoarfrost in the morning, which is, for those of you who don't live in northern climates, is basically ice crystals that form throughout the night, and as they move along, they cling on to anything material. So that little tree there would be completely sparkling in crystal white, little ice crystals. I'll get another shot of it another time. So, hope this was enjoyable. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.